In the previous class, we have discussed on the plateau regions of Northeast India comprising of Meghalaya Plateau and Karbi Plateau. And then we also discussed about the mountains and hills of Northeast India. The mountains comprised of your Arunachal Himalayas and hills are comprised of your Patkai Boom and the Purvanchals. Okay, the Purvanchals comprise of your Naga Hills, Manipur Hills and your Mizo Hills. Okay. Now let's discuss about the plains of Northeast India. The plains of Northeast India can be broadly divided into 4 groups. First is your Brahmaputra Plain, second we have Barak Plane, third we have Manipur Plane, and fourth we have Tripura Plane. Okay. The course of Brahmaputra along which the plain which lies along the course of Brahmaputra is known as your Brahmaputra Plain. The Barak Plane, okay, it is built by your river Barak. Okay, all the sediments which is deposited there and also due to some erosional activities. Okay, this plain has been formed. Okay, and then we have third one, Manipur Valley or Manipur Plain, which is an intermountain plain. Okay, it's surrounded by hills on all sides. And then we have Tripura Plain, which is an extension of your Bangladesh plain. Now firstly we'll discuss about Brahmaputra Plain. Brahmaputra Plain is surrounded by Bhutan and Arunachal Himalayas in the north. The Brahmaputra Plain is here, Bhutan is here, Arunachal is here. Okay, in the north we have Bhutan and Arunachal, and in the eastern part we have Patkai Boom. Okay, comprised of the hills which are there in Tirap, Changlang and London district. Okay, and Naga Hills in the east. Okay, Naga Hills is here, and the Meghalaya Plateau and the Karbi Plateau in the south. Just below in the southern section of your Brahmaputra Valley we have Meghalaya Plateau and Karbi Anglong Plateau. Okay, next we will discuss about the origin. Okay, this Brahmaputra Plain has been created during the time of building of the Himalayas. When the Himalaya was created, okay, there was a formation of depression, okay, between the Tibetan plate and your Indian plate. Okay, Tibetan plate is on the upside and this Indian plate is in the downside, known as Gondwana, and upper part is known as Eurasian plate or Tibetan plate. Okay, so when these two collided, okay, there was a depression formed along this region. Okay, depression was formed. Okay, now after the formation of Himalayas, what happened is that there was deposition of sediments brought by rivers from the mountains and adjoining hills of Purvanchals and Meghalaya Plateau. Okay, all the sediments from the, okay, because after creation of Himalayas, okay, this area was a depression, low-lying area. So from these higher areas, many rivers they started flowing down. Okay, from here. Okay, so these rivers they brought down sediments. Okay, they brought down sediments and deposited them in the depression which was formed during the creation of your Himalaya. Okay, with due course of time, this depression was filled up by your soils. Okay, sediments. Okay, then Assam Plain was created. Okay, that is your origin of the creation of this Assam Plain or Brahmaputra Plain. Okay, next we'll see the important physical features found in the Assam Plains are isolated hillocks on the either side of the river. Okay, if you go through the course of the Brahmaputra river, you will find that there are isolated hillocks. Okay, isolated hillocks are hills which are standing along. Okay, it's not in the form of ranges, it is not connected, it's standing alone. Okay, especially okay along this Karbi Anglong and this Meghalaya Plateau. Okay, where the Brahmaputra goes here, especially this part. Okay, there are isolated hillocks formation. Okay, other important physical features are marshes, swamps and lakes. Wherever there will be flow of water along the flood banks, there will be marshes, swamps and lakes. Also there will be formation of levees, oxbow lakes and riverine islands. Okay, the islands which are formed by the rivers are known as riverine islands. Okay, for example, okay, Majuli Island, which is the world's largest riverine island, is located in Assam. Okay, these are the physical features formed by your Brahmaputra river. Okay, these riverine islands are locally known as chars and charfais. Okay, chars and charfais, remember that. Also there is a growth of extensive tall tropical grassland, savanna grassland. Okay, especially around this Kaziranga, Tejpur area, there is formation of your savanna grassland. It's a tropical grassland. Okay, savanna grassland. Okay, it's very tall. Okay, if you go to Kaziranga, national park, you will see this type of grassland. Okay, and another important physical part is Babar belt. Babar belt are formed along the foothills of Arunachal Himalayas. Okay, so Babar belts, this is your Babar belt. Okay, so what happens is that when the rivers come down from the Himalayas, okay, they bring down sediments. Okay, since the elevation is high, okay, they come with full force. Okay, when they reach the plain area, okay, the river loses its velocity, since it loses its carrying capacity, so it deposits all the coarse materials like boulders, pebbles and stone along the foothills. Okay, so what happens is that water disappears because of deposition of many solid, okay, coarse materials. The water disappears in this belt. Okay, it seeps under the stones and boulders. Okay, and next we also have some important physical features is that here after the Babar belt we have the Tarai belt. Okay, it's a swampy area. So what happens is that water which disappeared in the Babar belt re-emerges in the Tarai belt, making it very swampy and marshy. Okay, so this area is covered with marshes and bogs and like some vegetation also. Okay, and this Babar is a kind of, this Babar belt is actually is a kind of alluvial soil. Okay, it's a type of alluvial, but it's a very coarser type. Okay, so these are the physical features. Okay, now we'll see the gradient or the slope of Assam Plain. Okay, the gradient of the slope. Okay, how much it is above sea level and what's the angle, we'll see. Okay, so the gradient or the slope of the Assam Plain is very low. It is about 130 meter in Pasigat Sadia. Pasigat is here, Sadia is here. So like we can say it is 130 meter above sea level in Pasigat and Sadia Plain. And at Dhubri is near, okay, the border of Meghalaya, Assam and Bangladesh. Okay, with the border. Okay, Dhubri is here. So it is only about 28 meter above sea level at Dhubri. You see it is 28 here and it is 130 meter here. Okay, so it's a gentle slope. Now let's see the important tributaries of Brahmaputra. Okay, important north bank tributaries of Brahmaputra are Tista, Manas, Kameng, Subansiri, Ranganadi, Dikrong, Jia Bareli, Siang or Dihang and Dibang. Okay, these are the important north bank. Okay, Brahmaputra is flowing here. The rivers coming from this side. Okay, these are your north bank, and the river coming from the southern section are known as your south bank. Okay, the other important south bank tributaries are Dibru, Burhi, Dihing, Disang, Dikhau, Janji, Tiok, Dansiri, Kopili, Jinjiram, etc. Okay, so this is, with this we covered the part of your Brahmaputra Plain. Next we will see the Barak Plain. Barak Plain. Okay, this is your Barak Plain. Okay, this is, it lies in Assam and the border of your Meghalaya and also some part of your border of your Mizoram. Okay, and Tripura. Okay, this plain is located in the southern part of Assam and circled by the North Kachar Hills. North Kachar Hills is located here. Okay, it's between Karbi Anglong and your Barak Valley. Okay, North Kachar Hills. Okay, it joins Meghalaya, Jaintia Hills and Karbi Anglong and also your Beryl Range. Okay, and circled by North Kachar Hills. On the east by Manipur Hills. This is your Manipur Hills. And on the south by your Mizo Hill. This part is your Mizo Hills. In between we have Barak Valley. Okay, the Barak Plain is horseshoe shape. It's a shape of a horseshoe. Okay, this is horseshoe shape and has an area of about 6,962 square kilometer. Next important point is the Barak River is extremely meandering. Okay, when a river flows like a snake, okay, flows in this direction, okay, we call it meander. Okay, the Barak River is extremely meandering. Okay, it's making this pavement. The Barak River originates from Naga Hills and passes through Manipur. It is joined by many tributaries from Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram and Assam. The erosional and depositional activities have led to the creation of this plain. Okay. And the last point is the Barak Plain extends into Bangladesh as Surma Plains. Okay, this is your Barak Plain. Okay, as it goes into Bangladesh, it becomes Surma Plains. Okay, next, number third, we have this Manipur Plain. Okay, this is your Manipur Plain. On all the sides, it's surrounded by the hills. Okay, It is an intermountain plain. What is intermountain plain? It's a plain surrounded by hills on all sides. Okay, it is surrounded by Naga Hills and Manipur Hills. Okay, it is surrounded by hills on all sides. It has an area of about 1843 square kilometer. Okay, it has an area of about 1843 square kilometer. It has lacustrine origin, that is the landform associated with lakes. Okay, this valley or this plain has been created by the lake. Okay, it has lacustrine origin. Okay, so what happened is that this Manipur valley was actually a big large lake, but due to some tectonic forces or some activities, the water from the lake, okay, it managed to, okay, go outside the valley. Okay, whatever the water was there, it managed to go through the valley and the plain was formed. Okay, the Manipur Plain revolves around the Loktak Lake. If you go to Manipur Valley, you will see the Loktak Lake. Okay, we even have a floating national park in this Loktak Lake. And last we have the Tripura Plain. The Tripura Plain is a Piedmont plain. A Piedmont plain is a plain formed at the foothills of the mountains. Okay, basically Piedmont Plain is a depositional feature. Okay, it has an area of 3,500 square kilometer. It is an area of 3,500 square kilometer. This Piedmont Plain merges with Greater Bangladesh Plain. Okay, this Tripura Plain, okay, if it go that side, it becomes Bangladesh Plain. This plain has large number of isolated hillocks, locally known as tilas. Okay, this Tripura Plain, okay, it is composed of large number of isolated hillocks. Okay, those hills which are standing alone. Okay, the heights are not so much. Okay, from 500 to 800 meters above sea level only. Okay, they are locally known as tilas.